lovelies, my name is Becca and I make videos about beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and why I love Jesus. If you like any of those things, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel now. Watch this video and then check out the rest later. So it is that time again. It is monthly favorites. It's been a bit since I've done this. I think I just skipped March. Maybe I did February favorites. I can't really remember. I'll have to look back at my channel. Also, I'm wearing my hair down, which is not down, I mean straight, which is different for me. Used to not be. I used to wear my hair like this literally every day, like with the clip to the side and everything. Like this was my go-to hairstyle. But since I've been like curling it, I haven't done this as much. And yeah, it's also, I feel like, time for a haircut. I am just like not loving the length and not sure if I want to grow it out. I kind of like it shorter, so I think I'm gonna cut this much off, whatever that is, like 2 or 3 inches. Wow, that is such a random ramble that has nothing to do with this video, but that's what this channel is, so I figured I'd talk about it. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into the favorites before it's like 30 minutes long. So the first favorite I have, which is actually, these are all like my #1 favorites. It's bad. I'm so obsessed with these things that I'm talking about today. So the first one I have is this Brazilian Bum Cream, which is from Sol de Janeiro, which is sold at Sephora. So I heard a couple of YouTubers like talking about this, and I saw Tarte talking about it, and she was like, literally, it's the best thing you've ever smelled in your life. You need it. And I was like, maybe. So I went to Sephora and I smelled the tester. I can't even begin to describe how incredible this scent is. Let me just, it's like buttercream frosting, but better. I don't even know. It's so good. So it's like this thick, creamy formula. And surprisingly, even with it being thick and creamy as it is, sorry, I'm like making a mess of this. Anyway, surprisingly, being as thick and creamy as it is not overly sticky. Actually, it's not sticky at all, and it's not greasy. Like as soon as you put it on, it sinks into your skin, which is so comfortable, and I love it. It's also supposedly, sorry, I'm gonna be playing with my hair a lot in this video, so disclaimer now. It's supposedly supposed to like firm up your skin. That's why it's called like the bum cream. Like you're supposed to put on like your butt. It's supposed to like firm it up. I don't necessarily notice or know that it's done that because I've also been going to the gym. So I think like that more has to do with my firmness or like my skin looking better. But I will say like this moisturizes my skin so well, especially with the dry skin that I have. This works really great on my legs and on my arms. And then I do put it on like my abdomen as well. I kind of keep it away from my neck and my face because obviously super sensitive, but I love this so much. It does have like a very, very, very faint shimmer. So even if you hate like literally any bit of shimmer, you probably wouldn't like this. You can't notice it until you're in the sun, which I think is really cool because then when you're in the sun, you have like this sparkling glow like a vampire. Not really, but anyway, this is looking gorgeous and I love it. I also love using this with, the other favorite I have, which is like, I'm just gonna have to talk about, I don't have it because I threw it away stupidly, is the Tarte Brazilliance Marjuca oil bronzer, self tanner, whatever you call it. Oh my gosh, it is literally the best self tanner ever. Not that I've tried like any, I've tried like 3, but it is like the perfect color. It goes on so easily because of the oil, and also they're not kidding, it's like idiot proof. It goes on so smooth, like even if you have streaks, the streaks don't show up. And then also it fades perfectly. Like I'm not really good at like scrubbing and like all of that, my skin, and somehow it fades beautifully. And I also think that's because I've been like moisturizing really well because of this, because I want to smell good. And the other thing about this, which I think is amazing, and I don't know if it's just because of how it works with my skin, it literally smells good all day. Like I'll have people at work like at 2 o'clock. I had a woman who was like, oh my gosh, you smell so good. And I was like, wow, I put that moisturizer on at like 6 this morning. So I love this. It is definitely a favorite and will be for a while. This is actually my 2nd jar of this as well. So I've already gone through one, bought another one, and I will continue to repurchase this because it is honestly the best moisturizer I've found. It doesn't irritate my skin and it feels really nice on my skin. So I love it. Gonna sit you right there. Okay, the next thing, I'm not going in any sort of order whatsoever, so I'm just gonna pick the things up as I see them. The next thing I have is a pair of shoes. How cute are these shoes? I am so obsessed. They match my bedding. I love all things stripes. I especially love these thin little stripes like these are here. I love gray and white stripes, which these are as well. So these are just like my perfect flats. Family, if you remember when I was in high school, I had my cheetah flats that I wore literally every day. This is the equivalent to the cheetah flat, just gray stripes. I love these. They're just so cute. Like, do you see this glow? I love them. I found them at Target. They are absolute perfection. I hope Target still has them because I only got them recently, but I'm putting them in a favorite because they deserve it. They deserve to be in the favorite. Yes, they're just this adorable stripy gray and white pattern. They go with everything I own because like everything I own is like gray and white stripes, or I own a lot of like white or gray. So literally my perfect shoes. They're just so cute. I love them so much. Wow, that's scary. And they were like, what, 15 bucks at Target? So I don't need expensive shoes. I just need the perfect pattern stripy ones. And these are so cute. Got them in a 7.5 because they have like, they're a little bit, they're more of like the ballet flat. So they're a little bit tighter around the sides. And I just didn't want them to give me too bad of blisters. So these have been perfect. I love them. I will wear them until they die, which is what I do with shoes I love. So hopefully they last a while because they're just so like, how cute are these? Come on, like so cute. Okay, next we have got the primer. This is the Dior Dream Skin Advanced Capture Total Global Age Defying Skincare Perfect Skin Creator Primer stuff. So it looks like this. It's kind of hard to see because of the lighting. Show this. Okay, we can kind of see it. Anyway, it's a primer. It comes in this beautiful pinky bottle from Dior, which is like so over the top. But this honestly is the best primer. I cannot speak. The best primer that I found for my skin. It works really well on my skin. It doesn't irritate my skin because obviously we know the journey I have been through these past several months. We're finally getting through it and I don't want to do anything to mess it up. I will do nothing to mess it up because having normal face and skin back is, I just don't want to mess it up. Okay, so anyway, this doesn't irritate my skin and it actually really does help because I still have a bit of like redness, which I think is more just like scarring, like intense scarring, especially around my mouth and like some bits on my cheeks. And in general, I've always had like redness on my cheeks. And this is a really good job to diminish that. And also I feel like it does kind of help with my pores kind of in my cheek nose area. Words, Becca, words. But I love this. It has a really nice smell. It has like that obnoxious, not obnoxious, I like that smell, but like the expensive makeup, a lady fragrance. It's like kind of floral. I don't know. I think it smells nice. It doesn't linger on the skin. You just kind of smell it when you're applying it, but I have been loving using this. Next up, I have got an oldie but a goodie, and I'm bringing it back to the favorites because it deserves a shout out. And this is my Nars Sheerglow Foundation. We live in a world, oh gosh, hair. Okay, so we live in a time with, because of YouTube, there's like a million different foundations. People are always testing them. People are always recommending them, especially if you watch as much YouTube as I do. And it's easy to get caught up in that and like needing to try new foundations all the time. Well, I've realized that anytime I go back to this, I love it. So you know what? I just need to stop trying out all the foundations. This works for my skin. This looks good on my skin. I like the way it feels, like the way it stays during the day. So like this Nars Sheerglow is a favorite of mine and I just need to stick to it. Makes my life a lot easier when I just like know what I'm gonna use on my face instead of like constantly trying new things. And again, speaking on the fact that like I want to take care of my skin and make sure that like I don't have any more issues or like crazy breakouts, even though it was totally like an internal thing that like caused all of the nuts and craziness, like it was autoimmune, but I just, because of that, I'm anxious and I don't want to do anything to cause craziness on my skin. So I have been using products that I know and love and know that work well. So Nars Sheerglow, you are a favorite. You deserve some love. And I have been using this in the color Silent, which is light 6, because like I said, I have been like doing self-tan. I don't have as much on right now, hence why I'm so pale. I need to put more on. But again, that's something that has like worked really well on my skin, and I feel better when I have a bit of a glow. And also, because of the medication that I'm on to like help with my skin, it makes me really susceptible to sunburn. So I obviously don't want to be out in the sun like tanning when mostly I would just be burning. So self-tanner inside I think is better for me at this stage. And also like it's better for obviously not getting skin cancer and like aging. Like you don't wrinkle as much if you like take care of your skin and don't sunburn / tan. Anyway, I'm so rambly in this video. I think it's because I haven't filmed in a couple weeks, so I'm just like feeling the YouTube, feeling the filming. So yes, Nars Sheerglow, welcome to the party. Next, we've got another Nars product. I am just like a Nars stan. I love Nars products. They always seem to work really well for me. I think the packaging is cool and I just love it. This is their new Soft Matte Complete Concealer. So it looks like this and it comes in a little pot. I have it in 2 shades. This is vanilla, which is light 2, which is what I use under my eyes. And sometimes I'll use it like in the T-zone if I want to like brighten up a little bit. I love this for a couple of reasons. Okay. One, because it's like a soft matte, after you put it on, it like dries down. And so you don't really have to worry about like setting it. Sometimes I will set it with a bit of powder if it's like going to be a hot day or if I feel like, I don't know, like I'm pretty moisturized that day and I need a little bit extra like stay power, then I will do that. So it kind of like sets on its own and stays. And then the other thing is it's really easy to use because how I use it is I take my beauty blender and it has like the point and just kind of like swirl it in there and then pat it on, and it's so easy. I don't need to like get out the wand and then pat it, which is not like that much of an extra step. Like it's not a big deal for me to do that either, but I just like this. It seems really convenient. I like how it works, and I've loved, like, my favorite concealer for a very long time has been the Nars Radiant Creamy. So I was not like, I'm not surprised that I love this one too. Like I said, I love Nars products. Okay, the next thing I have is also from Dior. Sounds so bougie, but I promise I'm not. So last year for my wedding, we're almost at a year. How crazy is that? I still can't believe it's almost May. Like we're doing April favorites. What time? Why is it going so fast? So for my wedding, the makeup artist who did my makeup recommended that I get the Dior Lip Addict Lip Glow, or sorry, the Lip Glow Color Reviver Balm. And she said that this looks really pretty on the lips and it stays a while, and then you can like put gloss or something over it. But she said it just has like that natural kind of pinky look that you want for your wedding day. So I got this one in 01, which is pink. So it looks like this. It is almost gone. I love this. I need to repurchase another one. The reason it's to my April favorites is because this month I've really been using it after I do my foundation and concealer. I put it over my lips just to kind of like bring back color to my lips, because when you get like foundation on them, they look very dead. So I like to do this, and then also kind of like adds a tint and a color to kind of like prep for when I put on like something later. So I've just been loving this. It's also really moisturizing, feels very comfortable. I did pick up a new one in the coral color, which is also beautiful, but this pink one has just like such a sentimental place in my heart since it's what I wore for my wedding. So I do want to get another one of these because it is just beautiful. And I really like it. I like the little container it's in too, so that has been a favorite, obviously. This is monthly favorites. All right, next up is a very exciting favorite. I mean, all of these I'm super stoked about because it's been a little while since I've filmed a favorite, so I'm like really favoriting these things. This is another Bobbi Brown eyeshadow palette. Okay, if you've been watching my videos for any length of time, you will know how much I love and am obsessed with the Surf and Sand palette. Like, my perfect palette. It's beautiful, golden neutrals, and it's perfect. The pan size is amazing. This has lasted me so long. I did get this in the fall of 2014 because it came out summer 2014, and I got it like shortly after that. I'm obsessed with this. I absolutely love it. It is my favorite eyeshadow palette, and I just love like the Bobbi Brown shadows in general. I think that the shadows go on really nicely. I think they're easy to blend, and I just love them. And I always talk about it, and I was like, oh, I feel bad. Like, what if there are people that are watching my videos and like want to get palette that I talk about, and it's literally, it's gone. Like, it was limited edition 3 years ago. Like, there's no finding it. So I was like stalking her website also because I wanted it too, to see if she was going to come out with like another summer eyeshadow palette. And I think this is the one because it said limited edition. So if I show you it and it looks like something you're interested in, go pick it up. This is the Bobbi Brown Luxe Nudes eyeshadow palette. It has 9 shadows in it, which I think is the same as that one. And look at this thing. Again, it's a nude palette, which I am here for, but these are definitely more cool tone, more like mauve and pink, and I love it just as much. It's so beautiful. I think that her palettes are like the perfect size as well. Like, they're great for traveling. Like, they're not really huge. They're perfect, and the packaging is so sturdy. Like, this thing is thick, y'all. Like, it is nice and sturdy, and it has like a beautiful big mirror, and the colors are just stunning. Like, let's get a close-up shot of that beauty. Gorgeous, right? I'm obsessed with it. It's beautiful. I've used every single color so far, and that's a really good sign. I know that I'm gonna use all of them. I love this palette. I will go ahead and say it. I think Bobbi Brown makes my favorite eyeshadows. I honestly think that her eyeshadows are the best for me and what I like. They're a little bit powdery, but that's okay, and they blend amazing. Like all of her colors, that's what I'm wearing today, is this palette. All of her colors just blend beautifully. They stay really long. It's just a great formula, and I think that her shadows are my favorite, and I will continue to purchase her palettes. These are my favorites forever. Like, I would be very sad to have to get rid of all of my eyeshadow palettes, but if someone was like, you can only keep 2 or 3 eyeshadow palettes, 1 and 2, like, these would stay. I love them so much. So Bobbi Brown, shout out girl, you be making some really good eyeshadows. These are like the only things I like from Bobbi Brown / the only things I've like really tried from Bobbi Brown, but I love them. So this one, she just gets a huge shout out in my favorites. Let's just one more look at it. There's like sparkly shades, there's matte shades. Yeah, so there's like shimmer. Okay, so these are shimmer wash, and then there's mattes as well. So it's a really nice combination of both. So I've been loving that. And then my last favorite is another Bobbi Brown shadow thing. So in this palette, the Surf and Sand one, she has the shimmer wash ones, but then also sparkle eyeshadows, which are like the really intense sparkles. So the 3 that you can see, I've obviously like gouged into because they're my favorites, because who doesn't love sparkly eyeshadow? Come on. So because I realized that I loved the sparkle eyeshadow so much, I was so sad because they're the ones that I've used the most of. Because the mattes you don't need a lot, and not that you need a lot of the sparkle eyeshadows, because there isn't really pigment, it's just shadow. You kind of do need a little bit more to put on your eyelid. So I picked up a single sparkle eyeshadow from her, and this is in the color Silvermoon. It's gorgeous. It's like a silvery champagne. I don't know. I love it. Again, you can see I've gouged into it because you kind of have to with your brush. The way like sparkle eyeshadows work, you kind of have to like take a really stiff synthetic brush and like get a lot on there and then pack it on. But it is also what I am wearing on my eyes today, and I love this so much. It's beautiful. Again, I honestly think that Bobbi Brown makes my favorite eyeshadows, and I'm not afraid to say that. Also, I do think I want to pick up like one other of these. She has like a peachy gold one, which I think is very similar to some of the ones in that palette. The one in the palette, like the Surf and Sand palette, she doesn't sell any of those shadows individually. I think maybe like 1 or 2 of the mattes, but in general, those were all like limited edition. But she does make a peachy, like gold colored sparkle shadow that I might have to pick up. But yeah, I have been loving this. I wear this paired with my new Luxe Nudes palette. So that is that. Well, that is the conclusion of this favorites video. Those are all of my favorites. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you do, be sure to give me a thumbs up. Also, let me know in the comments what have been your favorites this month. I always like to, you know, look into new stuff, which is probably not good, but you know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. It's so much fun for me to like film and make these videos, so I hope that you love them as much as I love making them. And I will see you in the next one, so bye! Let me take a sip of water first. I love this because it's a liter, not a favorite, but kind of. It's a liter, so it really helps me keep track of how much water I'm drinking. And also it's dark on this side. Sorry, lighting not the best, but I just didn't feel like setting up the lights. And I like filming in here in my bedroom. Something about it feels very like throwback YouTube. I need to stop talking. And I love this shirt. Also, Tyler was all worried that you could see my bralette. You can't even see it in the video.